Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm working today in my new leather book, which I made with a scrap piece of leather that I had. And this is really the first page. This page I'm showing you, I just stuck a tag that I'd already had. So this is really the first page properly working in this journal, I'd say. So I'm going to start with some collage that I've pulled out, and I'm particularly went and chose lots of different really textured patterns. So I have this piece of old wallpaper, which is embossed sort of wallpaper, which are brilliant to use in journals, and you know, if you're in the hardware store and there's any going, or I take little samples occasionally of ones to use in my journals. And this is like a punched paper that I found in Poundland years ago. I've never found it since, but it's fantastic, and I always look out for it. And it's just a little pack of paper, and with these little patterns punched out, and all the pages are different. They're different patterns, so hopefully at some point they'll bring it out again. Just sticking all this down with matte medium. I have to be a little bit gentle on this page here because it's quite a thin tissue paper. And then this is a piece of a board game. We punched the pieces from the board game out of this little bit of cardboard that my daughter got for her birthday, so I decided to use it. And I was about to stick it down and thought, oh, actually a little image would work quite well behind it, so it makes it into a bit of a window. And I had this little photograph just on my desk of these little family groups. Looks to me like 3 generations. There's a grandma, a dad and a baby in there, and it was the perfect size to make into that little window. Next, I'm adding some gesso because I've obviously got very weird colours from all this different collage. I particularly struggle with red, so I wanted to get rid of that straight away. So I'm just going over and making it all white so I can start afresh with some colour. How is everyone's weekend been? Let me know in the comments below if you've been getting up to anything exciting. I've been doing our usual annual clear out that we tend to do just before Christmas, making space in the house, particularly with the kids, for all the stuff that they'll get at Christmas. So we've been going through all the clothes and toys and getting rid of things they've outgrown, which is really satisfying to do. And they did really well and managed to get rid of loads of stuff this time. Just giving it a dry, and I realised that the cardboard from the game is quite thick and it wasn't sticking down very well. So I decided to grab some crochet thread and stitch it in, because it'll add some nice pattern and texture, but it'll hold it down in place as well. So I'm just going over the edges and doing just little cross stitches. And it was a bit fiddly, so I don't make you sit and watch me do all of this sewing. So I think just after this stitch I skip ahead so that you can see how it went and where I actually put the stitches, but I'll not make you sit through it. So there you go. It just in the sort of corners there you can see I've put little crosses in. Right, next we can add some colour, and I knew I wanted to use watercolour because I had all that lovely embossed texture underneath, and the watercolour will really pick that up. I decided to go with blue because I was working on that map page, which had a lot of blue in it anyway. So yeah, started with that, and then the red had become, because I'd gone over with white, it had sort of had this pinkish tinge to it, so I decided to use that as well and add some pink in. And this tissue paper page had loads of really nice texture as well, so I'm using that, picking that up with the watercolour. Oh, some coffee as usual, left over on my desk from other things, so I used some of that, and that really picked up, look, you can see down the bottom, really picked up that wallpaper, and I really loved that. I've been doing lots of drawing at the moment, and I tend to go through quite a lot of phases with my artwork, and I'm loving my drawing and painting at the moment, so I've seemed to have constantly got coffee and paint on my desk. Oh, there we go, just a little quick look at how it's looking. I do still try to find time for my journaling though, because it's just so therapeutic just to sit and work in my journal. I don't know what I'd do without it really. So found some words, and I'm sticking that in the second little circle, and it says, a family who dreamed wonderful triumphs. And again, I just like going through old books and pulling out words which I think go well with the image that I've chosen and create a bit of a story. I like to sort of create a story around who they were and what they were doing, that sort of thing. Okay. Usually the words and the images also link personally to me, not always, but I try and link it back to me personally when I can. This is just Daily Rowney, my favourite neon pink ink, which I added in there as well. And I also added a little bit more gesso just to brighten up some places. And then this is some metallic gold acrylic, which I'm very lightly rubbing over with my finger to pick up the textures again of that collage underneath. And on that other page I did the same, and I used it to sort of pick up the texture of the tissue paper and the highlights on there. And that is it. So here's a little close-up, and hopefully you can see how the gold works, picking up that pattern there underneath. Loved how it turned out, this one. Really enjoyed working in this new journal. I'll see you again soon. Bye!